LeBron James considered himself a savior for a floundering franchise was simply because he was a savior for a floundering franchise. It's not complicated. It's not weird. It's not hard to fucking parse. The reason LeBron considered the Lakers a floundering franchise is because before he got there, they were a floundering franchise. And the reason he considered himself a savior was because within 2 years of getting there, they won the championship.
The season before LeBron arrived, the Lakers finished with a 35-47 record. That was not a great record, but it was a big jump from the years right after Kobe Bryant retired. The team had young players getting better every year, learning how to play together and gaining experience in the league. When LeBron finally arrived in Los Angeles, the expectations were massive. The media immediately labeled him as the savior of the franchise. The story was that the Lakers were broken, lost, and needed LeBron to rescue them. But when you actually look at that first season with LeBron on the roster, the results were almost the same. The Lakers finished with a 37-45 record. That is only 2 more wins than the season before. 2 wins is not saving a franchise. 2 wins is not turning a team around. That is almost identical performance. Offensively, the Lakers were not much better either. Before LeBron, they ranked around 23rd in offensive rating. With LeBron, they dropped to around 24th. That means they actually got slightly worse on offense. Defensively, there was almost no difference at all. The Lakers were about the same defensively with LeBron as they were without him. If LeBron was truly the savior, there should have been a major jump somewhere, but there was not. One of the most important things people ignore is ball movement and team balance. The Lakers before LeBron had 9 players averaging double figures in scoring. That means the offense was shared. Players were involved. The ball moved around. When LeBron arrived, that number dropped to 5 players. The offense became more focused on one player controlling everything. That might look good on highlights, but it does not always translate to team success. LeBron also didn't finish that season. He played until the Lakers were clearly out of playoff contention and then shut it down. This has happened many times in his career. When things are going well, he plays. When the season is lost, injuries suddenly appear and the season is over. That first Lakers season was no different. The Lakers were sitting near the bottom of the playoff race and LeBron stopped playing. That does not look like leadership. That does not look like saving a team. The real turning point for the Lakers did not come from LeBron. It came from Anthony Davis. When Anthony Davis joined the Lakers, everything changed. The defense jumped from average to elite. The Lakers went from being around 12th defensively to being one of the top defensive teams in the league. Offensively, they also improved significantly. That is not a coincidence. Anthony Davis anchored the defense, protected the rim, and allowed everyone else to play their roles. The championship season happened.
Quite frankly, I don't really get involved in that or the reports or whatever the case may be. I've seen a lot of it, obviously, but I don't really care about the reports, to be honest. You guys know me. You guys know since I've been here, my 8th year here, been in this league 23 years. There's going to be another article tomorrow. Especially involving me. And at the end of the day, when I came to this organization, my whole mindset was about restoring, excellence.
They missed the playoffs entirely. They made one deep run to the Western Conference Finals and got swept. Then more first-round exits followed. That is not excellence by Lakers standards. This franchise is measured by championships, not participation. The bar has been lowered because of LeBron. Another false story that keeps getting pushed is that Kobe Bryant left the Lakers in ruins. That is simply not true when you look at the timeline. Kobe's final years were affected by a serious Achilles injury. He was older, the roster was bad, and the team was rebuilding. But once Kobe retired, the Lakers steadily improved every season. The record got better, the roster got younger and stronger. The foundation was being built. Players like Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Julius Randle, Kyle Kuzma, and Josh Hart were all developing. They were not finished products, but they were improving every year. The Lakers had flexibility, draft picks, and money. They were not desperate. They did not need a savior. They needed patience and smart decisions. When LeBron arrived, the entire plan changed. Young players were traded. Draft picks were moved. Everything became about winning right now. That strategy brought one championship under unique conditions, but it also destroyed long-term stability. Once Anthony Davis got injured and LeBron aged, there was no safety net left. The Lakers became top-heavy, slow, and inconsistent. Another thing people never talk about is why LeBron really chose the Lakers. It was not basketball first, it was business. Los Angeles gave him media power, movies, endorsements, and brand growth. His net worth exploded after joining the Lakers. That doesn't make him wrong, but it does matter when people claim he sacrificed everything to save a franchise. If LeBron was truly the savior, then the Lakers should have been competitive every season. They should not have missed the playoffs twice. They should not have multiple first-round exits. They should not constantly look lost and poorly constructed. The truth is simple. LeBron did not save the Lakers. Anthony Davis changed the team. The bubble helped them, and the media rewrote the story. When people like Nick Wright skip over LeBron's first Lakers season, that tells you everything. That season ruins the narrative. It shows that LeBron alone did not lift the team. It shows that the Lakers were already on the same level before he arrived. Facts are uncomfortable when they don't support the story being sold. This does not erase LeBron's greatness. He is one of the best players ever. But greatness does not mean every move was heroic. The Lakers were not rescued. They were reshaped for better and worse, and the cost of that reshaping is still being paid today. The idea that LeBron restored Lakers' excellence does not hold up under real examination. Excellence is sustained dominance. Excellence is multiple championships, not one ring followed by years of disappointment. The Lakers' brand survived before LeBron, and it will survive after him. That is the part the media never wants to talk about. When people talk about LeBron James and the Lakers, they love to rewrite history. They skip parts that don't help the story they want to tell. They jump straight to the championship and act like everything before and after doesn't matter. But basketball doesn't work like that. You cannot judge a player's impact by one season alone, especially when that season had very special conditions that will never happen again. If LeBron James was truly the savior of the Lakers, then the team should have clearly changed the moment he arrived. The culture should have changed. The results should have changed. The standard should have gone back to what Laker fans were used to for decades. But that did not happen. What actually happened was confusion, roster changes every year, missed playoffs, early exits, and constant excuses. Every season there was a new reason: injuries, short off-season, bad roster fit, too much mileage, bad coaching, front office mistakes. At some point, the excuses become part of the story. A savior does not need excuses every year. A savior fixes problems. A savior lifts teams even when things are not perfect. Look at the Lakers before LeBron arrived. They were young, yes. They were losing, yes. But they were building something. They had draft picks. They had energy. They had players improving every year. The wins were going up, not down. That matters. Teams don't go from rebuilding to championship overnight. There is a process. The Lakers were already in that process. When LeBron arrived, that process stopped. The young core was no longer the focus. The team became about short-term moves, veterans, one-year deals, panic trades. The future was sacrificed for the present. And what did the present actually bring? One championship under very unique conditions and a lot of disappointment outside of that. Anthony Davis changed everything the moment he arrived. The defense jumped immediately. The energy changed. The Lakers finally had an anchor, someone who could protect the rim, switch, rebound, and score without the ball in his hands all the time. That is not an opinion. That is backed by numbers and by what we all watched on the court. Defense wins championships. That Lakers title was built on defense, not on LeBron saving the franchise by himself. Anthony Davis was the Defensive Player of the Year level force that season. He covered mistakes, he erased drives, he controlled the paint. That is what made the Lakers dangerous. LeBron was important, yes, he played a role, but that does not mean he was the savior. That does not mean the Lakers needed him to survive. It means he joined a situation that became perfect for him once Anthony Davis arrived and once the league stopped for months. And let's be honest about the bubble. Other teams were dealing with injuries. Some teams lost momentum. Some teams were mentally checked out. The Lakers benefited from rest more than anyone, especially LeBron. That matters. You cannot ignore it just because it hurts a narrative. After that championship, what happened? If LeBron truly restored excellence, then the Lakers should have stayed near the top.
But facts do not care about feelings. The record is the record. The playoff results are the playoff results. The timeline is the timeline. Without Anthony Davis, the Lakers did not improve much with LeBron alone. With Anthony Davis, the team instantly changed. That tells you everything you need to know. So when someone says LeBron saved the Lakers, ask one simple question. Saved them from what? They were already improving. Saved them for how long? One season? And at what cost? Years of instability and lost direction? This is not about hate. This is about honesty. LeBron James is one of the greatest players ever. That can be true while also saying he was not the Lakers' savior. Both things can exist at the same time. The Lakers brand survived before LeBron, and it will survive after him. What truly defines the franchise is sustained greatness, not one title surrounded by disappointment. That is the part of the story people do not want to talk about, but it is the part that matters most. And that is why, when you look at the full picture, not just highlights, not just headlines, not just media talking points, it becomes clear. LeBron James did not save the Lakers. Anthony Davis changed the team. Timing helped them. Circumstances helped them. And the rest is a story that keeps getting repeated until people accept it as fact. But when you slow it down and actually look at the seasons one by one, the truth is right there.